Hey YouTube, so this is the next video in my video series regarding digital marketing as a foodie creator. So I had mentioned in some previous videos that I'll be talking about, how to blog, how to create websites, how to do email marketing, what social media channels you need to be on, what different platforms and apps that you can use to make your life easier. I'll also be talking about some different devices as well as camera lighting, tripods, things of that nature, lighting, all of those things in regards to how you can market yourself as a foodie creator. So as I explained to you all before, as a foodie, that's how I started off. I started off with my brand, Plus Size in Chicago, as a foodie. Originally, I was on my website complaining about the things that I was going through as a plus size person in Chicago, and that's how I came up with the name Plus Size in Chicago. I branched out and started talking about different places I was going to in regards to getting food in the Chicagoland area, and then that became not only just things that were happening on the web, but also started branching out to different social media platforms. Started off with Facebook, moved on to Instagram, jumped on to TikTok, which does really, really well, and the rest is history. So just wanted to give you all some ideas of things that you should be talking about while you're on social media. And one of the things that came up today while I was on TikTok, and I figured that I should share that here. So there was a person that recently started following me, and they and I started following their page too on TikTok. And one of the questions that they had asked while they were online was, wow, I have 1,800 followers on my TikTok account, but I'm only getting like 200 views. Like, what's going on? What should I do? So there was a few people that were chiming in and giving ideas as creators. So I wanted to share my thoughts that I had shared with him on this particular video. So if you are going through the same thing, you would be like me. All these social media channels have their own algorithms, and there are some folks out there who have built their brand doing all the things. And like I said before in the previous video, that I am a small content creator. I don't have millions of followers, but I am showing you what I have done, or telling you all what I have done to help me get out there more. Been doing digital marketing for a long time, but when it comes down to getting folks to follow you organically without paying for those likes and without paying for that engagement, it does take some work. So if you are starting off as a foodie content creator, it's gonna be a minute before you get really popular. It's not gonna happen overnight. You can have the best food, you can have the best pictures, you can have the best videos, and because of the way the algorithms are on these various social media platforms, sometimes it's hard to get that attention. So one of the things you can do is be yourself. So there are actually a lot of people who come online on these platforms, and they have videos where they are actually on the video. They are in front of the cameras. They are doing all the things. Me, myself, I have to be true to myself. I'm not comfortable being on the camera. So it is very rare that you will see me on a camera for videos that I am doing for recipes. Now, I'm on camera now because I am intentionally being on camera to inform you all some information in this one channel that I'm doing it on. I'm not doing it on all of my channels. And this is a long form video. It's not a 1 minute clip. So that's something that you have to think about when you're going to be creating these videos or photos or your blog. You need to be comfortable and be true to yourself. If you want to be on camera, do your thing. If you don't want to be on camera, do your thing. But you have to be able to be engaging with the folks that you're trying to target. So if you are trying to target people within your region and there are certain things that are happening in your region, you want to talk about that. So for instance, let's say for instance you are in Atlanta. We're going to use Atlanta. So you are in the Atlanta area. You want to talk about all things Atlanta. You want to talk about things that are happening in that area. If you being a foodie, you know what the hot spots are. Talk about those things that are happening. If there are some restaurants that you like going to and it's popular, talk about it, good or bad. Say if it's a negative experience, talk about it. It's crazy. Negative commentary does well, but don't do negative commentary just to get engagements. If there's something that is negative happening, then yes, speak on it, but don't do it just to get engagements. Okay, so that's one thing you want to think about. The other thing is that when you are talking about a specific region, you want to make sure is either one is popular, two, if it's not popular, you want to be the first to talk about it. I moved to this area, so I'm from the Chicago area, but I now say I'm in the Chicagoland area because I moved to the suburbs. I'm still in the same county as Chicago, but I'm about 20-minute drive from Chicago, literally Chicago. I'm 20 minutes away. So what I did was when I moved to this new suburb for me, I started talking, like everything was new for me. Like a lot of the restaurants were very new. So I started going to the local spots and I started filming. Like, hey, I'm at this restaurant. Hey, I'm at this nail bar. And I started talking about those things. And it was so crazy. I got I got more engagement talking about the super local spot in my neighborhood as opposed to the bigger, super trendy spots in Chicago. And like seriously, it was so crazy the amount of engagement that I got just talking about the local spots. So when I was doing that, I was using those hashtags. So the area that I'm in is in the south suburbs. So I'll use hashtag Orland Park, hashtag Tinley Park, hashtag Mokina. So if you're like in Atlanta, you want to talk about those local spots that are, in that area. So you want to use those hashtags for those areas. So the other thing that you want to think about when you are creating these videos is that what type of lighting do you have? If you're outdoors, you don't need any extra lighting. If you're inside that restaurant, try to pick a spot where the light's good. A lot of these places sometimes are pretty dim and their lighting is shoddy, and that can affect your video. So you want to use like, a little small light, and the lights that I use for my videos, I will put that in the video description. So you want to use like a little small light where you can film and you can still see and you're not disturbing other people. The lights that's on these phones, they can be pretty harsh. You can't really change the temperature from warm to cool. So you want to use something that is still providing like an experience when you are filming. I informed the person that was on TikTok how they should use better lighting for their cameras. So I noticed, like, I went on some of their previous videos that they had posted, and things are fuzzy. They're kind of granulated. Like my video may be a little granulated right now because of the lighting I'm using right now, but this is for, again, a smaller audience. But yeah, so they like their video was like super duper like fuzzy, as if they didn't wipe off the lens. So that's something that you want to do when you are filming. Make sure that your camera lenses are clear on your phone. I use an iPhone Pro Max. So I don't know what type of phone they were using. Maybe it was a lower end phone. You do not have to get some expensive camera. That's not needed. Use your phone. Those who are Android users use like I think it's the Samsung Galaxy S23, S26, S27, something like that. You can use that. I don't have the latest iPhone. Again, I'm using the Pro Max. So the Pro Max is like the top line of iPhones. I didn't get like the iPhone Plus or just like the regular iPhone. I did get the Pro Max. So it does have like higher capabilities on the phone. So that's something that you want to think about when you are recording. Use a high-end phone. It's going to be some investments, but you got to think about if this is what you really want to get into when you are doing this video creation or doing your content creation. So that's another thing you want to think about. So if you are filming, film with a good phone. Film spots where whether the people, everybody knows about it and you want to put your own little spin onto it, or a place where people don't know about it and it's in the local community and you are putting eyes on that. So think about those things. The other thing that I had told the person is that they should be using better hashtags. Now, a lot of these platforms are not allowing us to put like 30 hashtags. 30 hashtags technically isn't needed because of the algorithm. So we only need like 3 to 5 hashtags when you are creating your content on these different platforms. So that's going to get you more attention too. And yeah, so I basically told the person they need to be themselves. They need to clean their camera lens, and they need to use better hashtags, and they want to talk about things that people are interested in or things that people don't know about, and you're introducing it to them. You have to grab their attention within the first 5 seconds. So what I do on my videos, I put on the screen where I'm at, why I'm there, what am I doing, what did I get into while I was there. So what was I eating? What was I tasting? What did it taste like? Was it a good or bad experience? And sometimes what I'll do is put stars on there. So I'll say plus size shy rating is 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5. So that they can get an understanding of what my experience was. I never say I'm giving it 4 out of 5. I always say I use my brand and say plus size shy rating, because my experience is going to be different than someone else's experience. Okay, so these are just some small tips that you can use. I'll keep creating these videos so that you guys can check them out. I hope they're going to be helpful for you. I may be recording these maybe 3 times a week, but be sure to like and subscribe. Also share these videos out to other foodie content creators if you see that they're also needing some help. And I hope this experience and this information is helpful to you. I'll see you guys next time.